So this video was in response to a forum post that I posted earlier on today, where I went on about the amount of time Moho crashes on me, and I got a response from Victor Paradis, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who wanted some examples of what causes the crashes. So I've just made this quick video to show you guys some of the examples of what actually causes it. It is getting a bit ridiculous, and I'm seriously considering moving from Moho, like seriously stop using it completely. And maybe, I don't know, going back to Anime Studio, but I do find there are issues with that software, and I'm thinking about maybe going to Toon Boom. And I do know Toon Boom is not necessarily the same type of software that Moho is, and you could do different things, and I know they excel in different ways, but I can't keep using a software that keeps crashing on me, and it's costing me money, it's costing me time, and yeah, it is getting quite frustrating. So I hope this video highlights some of the issues that I'm having, and if anyone out there is watching, please get this thing fixed. Right, so I wanted to do a quick video to try and replicate some of the issues that I'm having with my Moho 12 and some of the crashes that I'm constantly keep experiencing, and to try and show you guys some of the things that you can do with Anime Studio Pro that you can't do with Moho 12. So I've got two files here. We have here a Moho file and one that's an Anime Studio. I'm going to open up this Moho file and see how long it takes for it to crash. So before I do anything, I'm just going to export a version of it as an Anime Studio version 11, just so that I can show you guys that within that program I have no issues whatsoever with it. However, when I try to do anything within this one, so let's just try and make some adjustments. We can, I'm going to play with his arm. I'm going to smooth some of these points, and I'm going to do Control Z, just double back and do undo. Let's try and delete, because it doesn't always happen as you open up the program. It needs to be warmed up a bit. But let's see. I'm going to delete that layer. Let's delete that one. Okay, so there you go. I've deleted two layers and the software has crashed. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm now going to open up the Anime Studio 11 version. And I'll do continue. Okay, so I'm just going to save this version first. And let's close, and let's just open it again. Oh no, it's opening a Moho file. Well, we don't want to open that one. So I am doing this in real time so that you can see that there are no edits. Okay, there you go. Is it crashed? Okay, I think it crashed there again. But anyway, I'm going to open up this one in Anime Studio. Okay, so this rig was actually created in Moho, and up until, I'm not even sure what I actually changed, but it was working fine at one point, and then all of a sudden it just decided to crash on me all the time. And it's quite consistent with most of the rigs that I've created in this in Moho, sorry. And whenever I export them into Anime Studio, they all seem to work fine. Now, my only issue with Anime Studio is if I do Control R and render it out, these white lines here show up, and especially when you do close-ups, it looks quite bad, and they don't show up in Moho 12. So I like that fix of it. But let's have a look at, I just said making changes, and I can delete all of these layers. I could undo it. It might take a bit of time, but again, everything works consistently well within Anime Studio. And as I said, I don't have any problems with crashes whatsoever with this program. And even if I do, everything seems to be auto-saved. Now, with Moho, if I open up this file again within Moho, what I should have done is shown you that when I do try to reopen it, it doesn't auto-save. I get a JSON, I don't know, pass error message, which means it hasn't basically saved, and I don't get an autosave, and I have to go back to the last time it actually did save. So, okay, it's just decided not to open. Let's try and open that again. Okay, there we go. So just for point of reference, I'm going to render this image out using Moho, and it was created using this software. And as you can see, all of the lines are nice and filled in, and everything looks exactly how I want it to look. And I'm quite happy with the way it looks. So I don't want to have to export it out to Anime Studio. However, doing anything within this rig, so we can see it's got a body turn. Also, that's another thing that happened. It seems to not save my layer ordering when I do my body turns. And trust me, I have done it, and it is enabled. And I have to keep, every time I open up the file again, it seems to delete the, I don't know, the translation or whatever you call it within the action. It deletes this. They're still here, but it doesn't work for some reason. So that's another issue I'm having with oh, there we go again. So it's crashed. Yeah, great. So there you go. Within 5 minutes, I've managed to get the software to crash 3 times, and I haven't really even done anything. And it is quite frustrating. Now I want to show you what you can do in Anime Studio that you can't do in Moho very quickly. So I'm going to open up this Anime Studio file, and this is, I created this file in Anime Studio originally, and I did try to import it into Moho. And as I said, these rigs seem to crash, and I think it's because of the bits that you can do within Anime Studio that can't be done in Moho. So I'm just going to try and show you that very quickly. I'm going to delete this one out. We don't need this one. Okay, so this is the file, the Anime Studio file. This is the original one, and because I couldn't get this to work, I recreated it within Moho with a few changes. Now, if we look at it as an example, right, I have a body turn bone here, and you can see this bone works fine, and I could do that, and I get no issues. Just get this one, but I'm trying to show you that the arm still works. Now that's because if I go to the action and I go to my body turn, if I click on this bone here, it has this translation in it, and this allows me to get the right angle for my body turn. When I go into this position, I could angle it correctly. Now this works fine within Anime Studio. So if I was to close this now and I open up this within Moho, is this going to open? It did open, luckily, but we're not working with that anymore. So I'm just going to close this one. Jeez. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, let's open this one. So now this is open. I'm just gonna quit before it crashes on me. I'm gonna go here and I just want to turn the rig here. And if I grab this bone, as you can see, this no longer works. However, it did work in Anime Studio. And this is because of the translation that I showed you. If you have that now within Moho, it breaks the rig and it no longer works for some reason. Unless there's a setting that you've added that I've missed, my bad. But if not, to me, that's an issue because you should be able to do the same things. Now, there are other little things that you can do in Anime Studio that I've also noticed that you can't do. And I don't really want to go into it right in this video because I don't think I'll be able to without it crashing. I could try, but that is just one example. And as I said, it looks like it works. It turns, but it doesn't in both angles. Oh, okay, work. So I hope that cleared it up a bit, guys. It was a bit rushed and I wasn't prepared to do this video, but I just wanted to show you some of the issues that I'm having and how easily it is to replicate and do, and it's making this software practically impossible to use.